ones who killed my family, the Saints, and all the other scum. They've given me a reason to live. I'm back. And it's their turn to die.
Back in 2005, before Marvel turned every hero into a cinematic universe, there was The Punisher. It was a gritty, violent, third-person shooter, and it didn't pull any punches. Developed by Volition, the same studio that gave us Saints Row, this is one of the most faithful depictions of Frank Castle ever made. Despite being ahead of its time, The Punisher never really got the sequel it deserved. There was the PlayStation 3 release in 2009, called The Punisher No Mercy, which I actually tried before making this video, and I can't say I recommend it. When The Punisher dropped in 2005, superhero games were not that well received. For every Spider-Man 2, there was 100 Rush movie tie-ins, which were pretty much always low quality, low budget, and disappointing overall. You play as Frank Castle, still haunted by the murder of his family, cutting a bloody path through New York's underworld. It's mixed third-person shooting with over-the-top interrogations, made for a brutal game. So brutal that some parts actually had to be censored with a black and white filter just to get a mature rating. But this is actually what made the game feel so great. It wasn't fun because it was violent, it was fun because it actually felt like you were playing as the Punisher. The gameplay loop was surprisingly deep for 2005. You would tear through criminal hideouts, interrogate enemies on your way, and use the environment for so-called special kills. It was like Hitman meets Max Payne. Personally, I think one of the highlights was the voice acting, which was done by Thomas Jane, who is actually the Punisher from the 2004 movie, so it kind of tied it all together. So, why didn't we get a sequel? Or a deserving one at least? The short answer is bad timing. The Punisher movie in 2004 actually underperformed. Marvel was kind of shifting to focus to a more family-friendly bunch of heroes. And Volition, they moved on to Saints Row, which ironically reused a lot of the Punisher's DNA. I personally think if the studio had revisited Frank Castle as a character after they developed Saints Row, we would have got an even better game. Imagine a Punisher game where it's semi-open world. You can choose targets, make choices that affect the story, and even upgrade the Punisher as you progress through the game. Maybe we'll see the character in more games, and maybe even get a new Punisher game. With him being included in Marvel Rivals as a playable character, and Insomniac working on the Wolverine game, I'd say there's a good chance that in the near future, a studio could pick up the idea, especially with the Punisher being featured as a character in the Netflix Daredevil series. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, would you play a new Punisher game?